Welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Jacob DeGate, and I'm now joined by Tammy Leday, who is the CEO and president of the Thibodeau Chamber of Commerce. Tammy, great to have you here. And we also have Guy Chaubert, who is also on the board at the Thibodeau Chamber of Commerce and is also a committee chair for a big weekend that's taking place, this event. Guy, I guess I'll start with you. Can you tell us, what we have going on this weekend?
It's going to be actually our 30th anniversary of Thibodeauxville, and we had over 175 vendors. We have actually 25 food booths with 75 dishes, so it's going to be a lot coming out to support, hopefully, a big crowd. A lot of festival for our family, friends. And Tammy, you need to elaborate on it?
No, I think you're doing really great, Guy, with that information. And as he said, it's a fun-filled day. It starts at 8:30 in the morning till 5 o'clock p.m. And we actually also, in addition to having over 175 vendors, which is the most we have ever had. So we want to thank each and every one of our vendors who are participating. So shoppers, visitors, bring in on your Christmas money to buy some Christmas gifts because, again, we have a lot of great things to offer. But in addition to that, too, we have 3 stages of live entertainment. We have our car show, and then, of course, we have our famous duck race. So definitely, and that, too, if you haven't bought your duck ticket yet, you want to do so because actually first prize is $1,000.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, where can you buy those tickets at?
So you can actually buy the duck tickets from the chamber office. We're located on 318 East Bayou Road in Thibodeau, or you can call our office at 985-446-1187. Someone would be happy to assist you with that.
All right. And how does that work? Is there a ticket with a specific number that's a duck, and if that one crosses first, you win the $1,000?
That's it. That's exactly it. So so we sell usually around 2,000. We have 2,000 ducks, and so that's the amount of tickets we sell, and each one does have a number, and it matches up to your ticket number. And so at 4 o'clock p.m., we gather all of our little rubber ducks, and they're actually thrown in Bayou Lafourche from our Jackson Street Bridge. And from there, we just watch them as they ride with the current until the finish line, and we do pick 6 winners. Again, the first prize is $1,000, and then we have 5 other cash prizes as well.
All right. And so for the vendors that are set up, can you give me a location where they're set up and where the live music stages and all will be?
Sure. So all of our vendors, this whole event takes place in downtown Thibodeau. So we're occupying pretty much all of the streets from the LA1 to I think 5th Street, and then from Canal Boulevard to Jackson Street. So that whole kind of big block area, if you will. So because we'll have over 175 vendors, they will all be spaced out in and among the different streets within the downtown area. Every vendor gets a 12 by 12 spot, and so that'll pretty much take up quite a bit of space, but that's where you're going to find all of our vendors. We do have maps that are going to be available so that if you're looking for a specific vendor, you'll be able to find them as well. We'll be giving that information out the day of, and I know also my staff has been doing a really good job of promoting the vendors that are coming to the festival so that people know who to look for, and I know some of them have some specialty items that people are always looking for, so that's where you can find them. And then I think you also asked about the 3 stages. So we've got our main stage, which is kind of on the corner of St. Philip, and I believe it's West 2nd Street is our main stage. And then we have another stage by our Spars restaurant on around 4th Street. And then also further down that street, we have our Christian stage hosted by Thibodeau Family Church.
Wonderful. Now I see you also have a free shuttle. Is that for, because parking, I guess, can be a little bit limited downtown whenever you're talking about a downtown area.
Right.
Where can people park to take that shuttle?
So if you're interested in riding the shuttle, we would suggest that you go to the Warren Harang Auditorium located on North Canal Boulevard, and the shuttle will be just constantly flowing to and from the festival. So you can ride it to the festival, and then when you're done, you can jump right back on the festival and get right back, delivered or brought back to your car at the Warren Harang Auditorium.
Now, Guy, imagine you over there being the chair. Can you tell me, how has that made your life a little bit busy over the past few weeks, and what does this event mean to you?
It gets a little busier to where we meet every month, and then it got to where we met closer and closer weeks together, planning. Then we meet actually with the Thibodeau PD, showing us bringing in the vendors, where we're parking, where we're blocking off, where the food vendor is going to be. As Tammy said, there's going to be 4 streets down, starting from LA1 Canal, Jackson, just a big square area where everyone's going to come in to enjoy the festival. Getting busy is actually fun because you got to meet a lot of people, made a lot of phone calls. I did a lot of trying to hustle sponsorships for the chamber and Thibodeauxville, so it was good to speak and network with other people around. We have the car show also in the morning coming in, so it's nice to talk to people that have classic cars. They were able to actually call us if they wanted to bring their vehicles in and fill out a form and participate in the car show, which starts at 5 a.m. usually when I get there as chair with volunteers.
Okay, and they have, I see they have a registration there from 8 to 10:30 that's for the car show as well, and then the judging is, what kind of judging goes on in a car show? Can you tell us about, just most unique or most?
I think there are different categories there too, Jason. And yeah, it's just, it's kind of probably, yeah, the most unique and other categories as well. And, of course, if you do have one of those, it definitely, you take pride in it. So good weather, bring the car out, and hopefully you win a prize.
I know that I'll never forget my anniversary because I got married on Thibodeauxville weekend, 13 years ago. So I know whenever, we start talking about Thibodeauxville or, keep hearing it's coming up, I know I better hurry up and buy that anniversary present. But what does it mean to you specifically, Thibodeauxville, and how long have you been involved with it?
So, of course, this year is our 30th year, so we're super excited about that. And just in case people don't know, Thibodeauxville actually got started, 30 years ago with the whole idea of drumming up business to the downtown area. We wanted people to become acclimated with the businesses and the merchants that were down in the area. And in conjunction with that, we brought in a couple of other vendors. And it started off very, very small with just a handful of, craft vendors, food vendors. And to see now where we are today, 30 years, from that point, with over 175 vendors and 25 food vendors. And it's amazing. And so it's really, it impacts our economy into the fact that we're bringing in all of these people from all over. And we get visitors, not just our local folks, but we do get people traveling in from other cities and sometimes even other states are coming in for our festival, whether they're participating as a vendor or just, again, wanting to come in and have a good time, spend, a great day with us, enjoying some food and, of course, live music. So.
And you mentioned the vendors. Are there any that have been participating every year since, the beginning?
That's a great question. And we probably would have some that may have been or close to it, if not. Of course, COVID and Hurricane Ida had to kind of stir things up a little bit. But outside of that, we do have a lot of people who have come back each and every year. And this year we have also increased with a lot of new participation, which is, of course, very, very exciting to us.
And you mentioned music, specifically, if we could pull up the flyer, we can show, who the bands that will be at each of the stages. Of course, you mentioned 3 stages. You have Waylon Thibodeau and Bucktown All-Stars, and you got some more Cajun music, Preservation All-Stars, Cajun Jam, the Revelers, and then, of course, you have on stage C, the Thibodeau Family Church Christian music that'll be playing. So a little bit for everybody.
Absolutely.
Spread out.
Yes.
It seems like a great time. And of course, you mentioned, when we talk about South Louisiana, you always talk about good food. And I'm sure there are going to be some great food that's served at the event as well.
Yes. Anything from seafood to burgers to even the famous turkey legs. It seems to be one of the probably one of the most things that people do come out for, and even funnel cakes. And then to top it off, we, have Scarlet Scoop that'll be there serving ice cream for dessert. So it's just a way to really indulge into a lot of delicious, even Cajun food. We have even some folks that are making tacos, seafood tacos, and I think even one person might even be doing like oysters and different things of that nature. So it's really, really a large variety. I think like over 75 different dishes will be available for people to indulge in. So.
And again, the time, it's an all-day affair. Can you tell us, when it starts and when does it, I guess, officially
Yes, so
wind
it
down?
begins at 8:30 in the morning on Saturday morning, and it goes till 5 o'clock p.m. in the afternoon. So it's a full day. Some people do come out in the morning, kind of get a jump start, and then others, of course, will trickle in around lunchtime, maybe really get in on some of the live entertainment, and then probably grab some great food to eat as well. And then let us not forget our famous duck race that does take place at 4 o'clock p.m. So our live band actually pauses for a moment so that everybody can actually go and watch the race where we do pull the winners, and then the winners are announced on the stage. And then, of course, our band resumes for the remainder of the festival.
Well, I'm sure it'll be some great excitement. One question I do want to ask. I don't know if you know the answer to it. Okay, of course
Okay.
you have Thibodeau. It's spelled AUX, and in Thibodeauxville it has the E in it. Do you know the? I was wondering the reason behind it. Do you have, if there's any specific one? Because it kind of celebrates, I guess, the people that are named Thibodeau of this area who for some reason have the E a lot of times, and then you have the city that's a little bit different as well.
Good point. Good, I guess, observation. It is my understanding, and I don't have all the facts. I don't have a whole lot of information, but it's my understanding that Thibodeauxville was, I think, it stems back from the city years and years and years ago. And so somehow again, there was a connection or however to stem off. And then when they started the festival, that's why it was named Thibodeauxville. And I guess it was also kind of to get it a little bit separate or different from the main Thibodeau itself, the city itself. So,
Well, it doesn't matter the way it spells it. It's definitely synonymous with the city of Thibodeau. It's one thing that I always think of. When the city of Thibodeau comes to mind, it's certainly a great event, and we certainly encourage everybody out there to go. Come out and have a great time. You mentioned you should have some good weather. I understand it. Might actually need a jacket, which is kind of nice, for this weekend.
right, it is. And actually, probably in past years, we always started off very cold and you kind of go layered up. And then as the day warms up, so it usually turns out pretty nice. So again, we're just hoping for the best as well. And definitely want to invite everybody to come out and have a great day with us.
Well, we certainly thank y'all for coming on. We thank you for all the work you put into putting on this great event. And Guy, you as well as being the chair, I know you've had your work cut out for you. And I guess it'll be kind of sad and sweet when it's over, but it'll be because I know you put a lot of effort into it. But it's definitely a great event.
Thank you.
All right, stay tuned for more right here on HTV.